and my son comes running out to me, and he's the same as in the picture. Now that's just off the scale, right? Do you not think that gives me joy? Do you not think that fills my mind with wonder?
Yeah.
Please hear me. God will give anything to you if He can just get it through you. And don't worry about what you're going to get, because there's a whole cloud of witnesses queuing up to give you stuff. It's not you get and never, you give and never get. It's just keep giving. And let God figure out what you're going to get. That's not your problem. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wish we could just step this thing up, because we need to move to, as a community, we've got to go to a different level from where we are at the moment. Joy brings peace, peace brings patience, patience brings kindness, kindness brings generosity, generosity brings faithfulness, and finally, what is the net payoff of agape? Self-control. What is the bottom line for eros? Being out of control. But the bottom line for love is self is finally under control. And my friends, when you get the self under control, we are golden. We have glimpsed in our great church history. We've glimpsed this. This is what Eleanor was so excited about on Thursday. The notion that a community of people could come together. You read it for yourself in Acts chapter 4. Now the full number of those who believed were of one heart and one soul. No one said that any of the things that belonged to him was his own, but they had everything in common. Everything. One historian wrote about that period and said, these Christian fools, they share everything, isn't it? Except their wives. I thought, well, that's a real grace community right there. But they have the integrity of the marriage, the integrity of that exclusivity, but an inclusive community where everything is for everyone. Do you think if we actually had a collective economy as a church, do you think anybody here would lack anything? Are you crazy? Let me just tell you something. For you, for me, sin, plain and simple, is a refusal to love. That's what sin is. It's a refusal to love. And, oh my goodness, there is, as I was telling the Bible school students on Thursday night, there is no concept anywhere to be found in the New Covenant where you would embrace the gospel and not embrace one another. That's ridiculous. It's not possible. You are saved by faith alone. You are not meant to live alone by faith. That's not the gospel. But beloved, we have got to own the truth and recognize the fact that we as God's people, we as those believing people, need to learn to love people, not things. We need to use things, not people. This lovely quote, people were created to be loved. Things were created to be used. The reason why the world is in chaos is because things are being loved and people are being used. Let me give the final word to James, who is wise and understanding among you. By his good conduct, let his works in the meekness of wisdom. Let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth. This is not the wisdom that comes from above. It's earthly, it's unspiritual, it's demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere, and a harvest of righteousness no longer be eros people, but to be agape people that live by the faith of the Son of God, who not only loves you,